Hey guys, Keith Carson here. I'm a Florida angler, been fishing Florida all my life, and I have got 3 springtime baits that I want to show you, and there's specific reasons why these baits are so good. So, early spring, our fish are starting to spawn and they get moving. So a lot of times when you're on a warming trend, but the fish aren't quite bedding yet, I'll pull out the Zoom speedworm, the Magnum, and you just throw this around bedding areas and you just buzz it on top. And what happens is when those big females start moving up looking for the males on the bed, you'll catch them off guard with the speedworm, and they'll actually be pretty active. They're in a search mode and they're in an attack mode. The reason why this Zoom speedworm, why it's such a good search bait, is because it's really thick. It's got a lot of plastic. On windy days, which hey, it's always windy in Florida, like today, you can cast this weightless really well. And you can buzz it on the surface, and then you can kill it and just let it sink into little holes, like little areas in the lily pads or next to structure. If you come down here and you don't necessarily have a spot or know where to start, you put this on and you put the trolling motor on high and you just go and you just start buzzing it. And then when you get around the spawning areas, you'll start catching the fish, and then you'll know you're in the right spot. When you have cold front conditions, so like let's say the fish are spawning and the fish are, we got a strong cold front that comes through, you want to pull out the 1 ounce and you want to flip the bunker hog, and June bug's a great color for Florida. And what happens is those females pull off the bed and they go to the closest piece of cover they can get to. So, if it's a mat, if it's hyacinths, water lettuce, whatever it may be, you punch this 1 ounce through, and that's a really good way to get some big bites in tournament conditions when they're not on the bed. No matter what the conditions, honestly, if you take this and you flip mats all day, you're gonna run into a big one. You just will. And honestly, you're probably gonna run into more than one big one. Specifically, this time of year, you're gonna want to be near spawning areas. You're going to want to be near big flats, nice, areas where the water's stagnant, not a lot of current, and then look for hyacinths. Look for the structure that's closest to the spawning areas, and flip till you can't do it anymore. Lastly, a really good thing is the Berkeley Spin Rocket. And this bait's really good because you could throw this before, during, and after the spawn. So this isn't quite a search bait like the speedworm is. This is a bait where you throw it out, you let it sit next to a piece of structure and you twitch it, you let the rings go away and you twitch it. And this gets some really big bites. But when you throw this, you want to be sure that you're throwing it in big fish areas. So you want to make sure that you're around the spawning areas where the big fish are on beds, and then so you're going to catch the ones that are moving up, the big females that are looking for fish to spawn with. You're going to catch them off of beds. They will eat the crap out of this if they're sitting on the bed. And then you'll catch the ones moving out too. This is a great bait year-round in Florida. It's even better in the springtime because the females can't stand it. They've been on the bed. They've been fighting the brim off the bed, protecting their eggs, and then you got a little brim here on the surface, spitting up water with the blades. Yeah, they can't resist it. So this is a bait that really catches giants down here in the springtime. So those are my 3 tips for springtime, and that's what I use, and it usually gets the job done for me.